Welcome back to another jaw-dropping day in court. Today's case isn't your typical legal battle. It's a mix of chaos, confusion, and courtroom reality TV you couldn't script if you tried. The township is taking on a defendant named Jamisha Gardner, but instead of crisp legal arguments, we're getting unexpected declarations of love, missing phones, and a judge who's rapidly losing patience. And trust me, before this hearing wraps up, we'll see a rare moment where the judge calls someone out directly for being intoxicated in court. So buckle up, because in the next few minutes, you'll hear excuses, denials, and a legal ultimatum that could decide whether Ms. Gardner walks out free or in handcuffs. Let's get into it.
The court will call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Jamisha Gardner, case number 25T00229.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. If it please this honorable court, Brandon Bird on behalf of Jamisha Gardner. Ms. Gardner, can you please state your full name for the record?
Right from the start, we can see this hearing's not going smoothly. The defendant's working off a tablet because, according to her, her phone was stolen. Now, tech issues happen to all of us, but in court especially over Zoom first impressions matter. Judges expect you to be focused, prepared, and respectful of the process. And when you're already facing charges, fumbling with tech only adds to the impression that you're not taking the situation seriously. This moment sets the tone for what's about to unravel.
Ms. Gardner, you have to unmute your device, please.
I'm sorry, they stole my phone and I'm working off of a tablet. I gotta figure out how to do this. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Please state your name.
Miss Washington, I love you. You know what?
Ms. Gardner.
No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Well, did you catch that? Instead of answering legal questions, the defendant is professing love to someone off-screen. This is not just unorthodox, it's wildly inappropriate in a courtroom setting. Remember, every second you're on that Zoom call is on the record. Judges, clerks, and attorneys are all noting your behavior. What might seem like a harmless side comment can come across as a blatant disregard for courtroom decorum and that can absolutely hurt your credibility.
Can I see counsel in the breakout room, please?
I just want to tell you, I love you so much.
All right, we are back on the record in the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Jamisha Gardner. Ms. Gardner, can you come back to the screen? Right, you're
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, can you hear me, Miss Washington?
Yes, I can, Ms. Gardner.
Okay.
So
We good. It go in and out sometimes on this tablet. I don't really know how to work this thing.
At this point, we've got more talk about technology problems than the actual case. While it may sound harmless, these constant interruptions derail the legal process. And here's the thing, court isn't like casual conversation. You don't just work it out as you go. The clock is ticking, and the judge's patience is a finite resource. This is where defendants can start losing the benefit of the doubt.
And sometimes when people be calling me, it just drops silent. I don't know. I'm trying to work it though.
Yeah, well, you're doing just
I
fine.
love you. Guess what?
Miss
I know your
Gardner,
brother Tony.
I don't
Ma'am?
have a brother named Tony. I don't have a brother named Tony.
Yeah.
So,
I know him as Tony.
no, I don't have any brother that goes by
You
Tony.
Do you know Anthony Johnson,
Miss Gardner?
your ex-boyfriend?
Here's where things get interesting. The prosecution's trying to establish connections, possibly to set up motive, background, or witness relationships. And Miss Gardner completely denies having a current boyfriend. That's fine, except when she quickly admits someone is mad at her in court. Contradictions, even small ones, are like gold for the opposing side. They suggest unreliability, which can be devastating for credibility.
I don't have an
I'm
ex-boyfriend.
trying to be moment right now. He mad at me because I don't want him. Your
Ms. Gardner.
ex
Gardner, ma'am,
Anthony,
this is
Anthony
definitely
Johnson. Do it ring a bell?
you were dated
That
Anthony Johnson. Miss
He
Gardner,
ain't gonna
please stop
shit.
talking.
I'm black. You fucking
All right,
ditched
please
this
mute.
bitch.
Miss Gardner, you are going to end up going to jail today.
And here we have the turning point. The judge directly tells Ms. Gardner she appears drunk. That's not an accusation judges throw around lightly, especially on the record. Notice the immediate consequence. He orders her to community corrections, to get on a SCRAM Tether, which is an alcohol monitoring device. This is a massive escalation in the hearing, and it's based not on the original charge, but on her behavior during court. Let that sink in. How you act in front of a judge can create new legal problems.
Or you need to go over to community corrections and get on a SCRAM Tether because you're clearly drunk right now. So you need to go to community corrections. You need to find a ride there by the end of the day today and get on a SCRAM Tether.
This is the legal equivalent of a red alert warning. The judge is crystal clear. Either get to community corrections today or be arrested on a bench warrant. No wiggle room, no maybe next week. When a judge lays out a direct order with a time frame, ignoring it is a fast track to jail. And for viewers wondering, yes, judges absolutely can and will order someone detained for failing to comply, even in minor cases.
Okay? If you don't go by the end of the day, then you're going to force me to issue a bench warrant and have you picked up, which I don't want to do. But you got to get on a tether because you're drunk. There's no way that we can proceed today with this pretrial. Obviously, Ms. Gardner is completely out of control right now.
This is a rare moment of raw honesty from the bench. The judge flat out says, Ms. Gardner is completely out of control. That's not just courtroom theatrics. That's the official record, now stating she's unfit to proceed. And because this is documented, it could impact not just this hearing, but any future proceedings, probation reviews, or sentencing considerations.
And I'm going to give her the benefit of an opportunity to get on the SCRAM Tether before she gets incarcerated. So, Attorney Byrd, hopefully you can reach out to your client and be able to get her over to community corrections in some way, shape, or form.
When even the opposing counsel, the township's attorney, agrees with the judge's decision, you know the behavior crossed a line. In most cases, the prosecution is laser-focused on advancing their position. If they're siding with the judge's call to pause the case, it's because the defendant's state makes it impossible to continue. That kind of consensus between opposing sides is rare in heated cases.
Mr. Burnett, is there anything you wanted to say before we pass this case?
No, Your Honor, I support the steps you're taking right now. That's fine.
I do also, Your Honor.
All right. And for the record, I don't have a brother named Tony.
This little aside about not having a brother named Tony or an ex-boyfriend named Anthony Johnson might seem petty, but it's telling. It shows where the defendant's focus is on personal slights or misunderstandings rather than the serious legal consequences she's facing. When defendants prioritize clearing up side comments over addressing the actual allegations, it's often a sign they're losing sight of the stakes.
Nor an ex-boyfriend named Anthony Johnson. So, have a good day, Miss Gardner. You can remove her.
And you and your Honorable Court have a great day, Your Honor.
Notice the judge's tone. Here it's polite, but dismissive. By this point, the case is essentially over for the day, and both sides know it. The real story isn't the charges, the defendant's courtroom conduct, which has now overshadowed everything else. This is a textbook example of how personal behavior in front of the judge can become the central issue.
Thank you. I'll send him a date. It's not going to matter to give it to her anyway. I'm going to put it on for September 10th.
So, let's recap. What started as a straightforward township case against Jamisha Gardner spiraled into a textbook lesson on courtroom etiquette and what not to do, from tech issues and off-topic comments to the judge's blunt accusation of intoxication. This hearing shows how quickly a routine proceeding can turn into a crisis. The immediate consequence: a direct order to get fitted with SCRAM, alcohol monitoring, Tether today or face arrest. The bigger lesson: in court, your words, actions, and even your tone can have as much impact as the evidence itself. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, and remember, is always in session.